Yeah.
No, it won't. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian.
I'm Landon.
And this is a episode of Boomzies.
It's becoming tradition now.
It's becoming tradition now ever since... For the new year, our computer just screwed up. The new year, our computer was like, you know what, I'm done. I've done this for 6 months and I'm tired of it. I am tired of this crap.
Tired of these assholes.
These guys are morons, and I hate doing this. I hate myself. I hate my life. And Charmin does clean a dirty rectum.
It's a terrible way to start. I hate everything.
So yes, we've been having a lot of technical issues, but now we're here.
On a whole new program.
A whole new program that we just set up as we go. So roll with us, people. We don't have phones today, but we do have chats. So we will be very specifically, begrudgingly paying attention to the chat and what you guys have to say.
One thing we can use guys your support for. If you have trouble hearing us at all, let us know. We'll try and mess with our audio, just because we're using a different audio source. So if you can't hear us, let us know.
And Twitch is derping. I agree, goddess. These last 2 times, middle of the day, I tested out our setup. Perfect. Tonight, I think it's because they moved the servers from the GoDaddy because the whole SOPA thing. Thanks, SOPA. Yet another thing you screwed up. You're not even into law, and you screw things up. Thanks, SOPA. Really. It's working. Yes, we are live. Yes, we'll type in here that we are live for all those. No, this is music from a Mighty Switch Force. We did have it last week, but I wanted to roll it again this week since this is a fresh episode.
It sounds like dubstep, though, right?
It had some dubstepishness.
I heard some.
To it,
some of it earlier.
Ooh, get the glow sticks out. Yeah! So anyway, for those of you who haven't watched Boomzies...
There's a cat snuck in here.
Get the cat out of here! You let the cat out of the bag.
Well, she was hiding. No, come on.
Boomzies! Hey, welcome everybody.
She's afraid now.
For those of you who have never watched an episode of Boomzies, we are so sorry for you, because this really sucks. And it shouldn't be like this. But for those of you who haven't watched, we are Mass Geek Debate. We debate topics from video games, music, movies, TV, comic books, and everything in the geek spectrum, all while taking your questions via chat and normally phone and Skype. I hate cats. I hate cats. I want them all to die.
Well, that's terrible.
I want them all to die.
No,
I want them all to die. Just like instantly die. Not a painful death. I'm not asking for anything terrible. Just like, not die, but just disappear out of existence.
All right, no,
like,
whatever.
It's a Wonderful Life, but without cats. I'd watch It's a Wonderful Life with cats, would you?
I like cats, so.
You blew up my mic! You heard first, Brian hates pussy. Well, you know. I didn't want to say it in front of everyone. Sorry about blowing out your ears, everyone. We are using different speakers. So, anywho, thank you all for joining us. Let's get right into what we've been doing this week. Landon, let's start with you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Is this
Let's see. We'll pull up the graphics. I can't remember which one I put.
You don't remember what you did this
Which
week?
one I know what 2 I put, but I don't know which one I put.
I know
first.
what you put first.
What I put first? You put Girl with Dragon Tattoo was first. Okay. I went to go see Girl with Dragon Tattoo recently.
I had to remind you what
the
you
new,
did this week.
yeah, the new Finch film, directed by David Finch. It's fantastic. It's a really, really, really good film. I will warn everybody, if you have not seen it, there is an extremely extremely graphic, raw, unapologetic scene in this film. I'm not going to talk about it specifically just because I don't want to ruin it for anybody.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's very graphic.
It's graphic.
When I was watching it, I was looking around the theater because I figured somebody was going to walk out of the theater. Because it was very, it pushed the boundaries on for film in a lot of ways, and so I expected somebody to
But it was
out.
done in a way that
It didn't feel like pornography.
It wasn't done just to be shocking.
No, it didn't feel like pornography, and it needed to be there in a sense to progress the character and to understand a little bit of why she is the way that she is in this film. But
now they were saying here. The original is a really good one too, and you did see that as well.
Yeah, I saw the David Finch film first, and then today I actually watched the original, the Swedish film. And I gotta say, it's David Finch film is night and day better. The original it's okay. It's a little dry. It's a little bit, from my understanding, the book is very much very analytical and like this happened, then this happened, then this happened. And I kind of feel like the original film was, in a sense, that way. There wasn't as many ties and many connections that I saw out of what's that?
Oh gosh!
You won't want to just after you will. The scene in there, honestly, I'm gonna go back to it. When I watched it,
it's dead.
When it happened, honestly, I had to question: can I enjoy the rest of this film? Can I actually like this movie because it was so graphic? It was so
furry.
rough.
I'll tell you, it's a furry scene. It's just a freaky furry orgy. And I mean, I know how weird furries can get, and he was telling me about it. I mean, he was really excited about it, but I was kind of sickened by it. Yeah, it was weird. Like just a furry orgy.
No, that's not it at all. But anyways, honestly, I did have to question whether or not I can enjoy the rest of the film, and I did. Afterwards, the next 5 minutes of the film was a blur. I don't really know what happened because I was a little in shock of what I just saw. I wasn't expecting it. I had heard that there was a graphic scene in here, and there was one before it, and I thought maybe that was what everybody was talking about, and it wasn't so bad. It was a little awkward, but it wasn't nearly as bad as what happens, and then her retaliation to what happens. The nice thing about this film and this character is that this lady, there's a lot of horrible things that happen to her, but at the end, she comes out on top. She doesn't let herself become the victim. She becomes the victor in the situation, and it definitely defines.
She wins the day.
Yeah, so it's all in all, it's a really good film. It's really, really intense. It's probably one of the most unapologetic films I've ever seen. It's got a really, really great opening title sequence, which David Fincher, is it Fincher? It's Fincher, I believe. Yeah, Fincher, I believe, is the director. He explicitly wanted to kind of break the rules of how title sequences are supposed to work, and so the title sequence actually, I guess the music is making it a little hard to hear us.
Is the music too high? Is the music too high? Let's lower that music. Let's lower the music there.
But the title sequence is really cool because it kind of it tells you not just what happens. It doesn't tell you. I mean, it has hints of what happens in The Girl with Dragon Tattoo, and then also The Girl That Plays with Fire, and then The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. The next two series is in the book. So most title sequences will only kind of give you hints to what happens in that film, but this one tells you kind of hints through the entire trilogy. So it kind of breaks the rules, and David Fincher definitely wanted to do that.
What else did you do this week, Landon?
But anyways, I definitely recommend people going to watch that. If you go watch it, just be warned with those scenes. But it's a great mystery.
So this
film.
isn't the family film of the year.
No,
come on, kiddies.
Although the great thing,
I was going to see Lion King, but instead,
one of the great comparisons between this film and then the Swedish film is that Rooney Mara, the lady who plays the girl with the dragon tattoo in the David Fincher film, the U.S. version, she definitely makes that character. She feels kind of your quintessential like ugly goth girl, but definitely not. Here's what I'll say: the Swedish film, she feels cool goth. In the American film, she feels ugly, more disturbed, more awkward.
So essentially, one's Tim Burton goth and one's real goth.
Yeah, well, because in the American one, like she had bleached eyebrows, she had an awkward haircut. She dressed that way. It just felt more authentic. While the Swedish film just felt like she was just a cool goth. You didn't feel like she was as disturbed or as And I think that kind of goes to the acting as well. Noomi Rapace, the lady, she was in the new Sherlock Holmes film. She was the girl character in the Sherlock Holmes film. She does a really good job, but nowhere near as close to Rooney Mara. And I believe that's her name. It's a good film. Go watch it, and then watch the Swedish one to compare.
Swedish.
So.
Wish Swedish meatballs.
Yeah, sure.
Do you think it would be good with that? Would you watch that movie?
I've never had Swedish meatballs, so.
You never had Swedish meatballs?
No. I've had just meatballs.
You never had Swedish meatballs?
Spaghetti meatballs.
What kind of sheltered freak are you?
Alright. I don't know. Where do you get them? I don't go to Swedish restaurants.
The store? Dylan's? They're there. Yeah. They're right. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, everything's not in the frozen aisle. Oh, God. I gotta look somewhere else for food. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You've never heard of Swedish meatballs? Are you even American? If you've never heard of Swedish meatballs, you're not
I've heard
American.
of them, but I've never had them. Here's the difference.
Well, tonight,
I'm not going to go.
My treat. You can have some of my Swedish meatballs.
Okay. All right. Anyways, the other thing that I did was I started watching on Netflix the British, the BBC
Sherlock, the new Sherlock.
Yeah, Sherlock. It's badass. It's such a cool series. It's I love it.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound badass. I've never heard someone say,
No.
"Did you see Benedict Cumberbatch? He was so awesome."
Well, he's the actor in this. He plays Sherlock Holmes. This guy's actually blowing up. He's both of these actors are really. Benedict Cumberbatch he plays Sherlock Holmes. He's going to be the next villain in the new Star Trek film. He plays a necromancer in the Hobbit film. The character who plays Watson is going to be the lead in the Hobbit film, and then also this Benedict Cumberbatch character guy. He actually narrates. I started watching also on Netflix, like Mysteries of the Universe.
That is like the quintessential British name.
Yeah,
Benedict
it's extremely.
Cumberbatch.
The guy is extremely British.
I'm Benedict Cumberbatch here at your service.
Yeah. But anyways, I love this. It takes Sherlock Holmes and puts it into the 21st century. He's still socially awkward. He's a little weird, but he just loves to text. Doesn't really like talking on the phone, so he texts all the time. It's a really unique character. He's very strange. He seems really young, but I think the character's supposed to be in his 30s, but he seems really young. I love it. It's really unique. The character takes are very strange, especially when you get to Moriarty. You meet Moriarty at some point in the series. I don't really want to ruin it, but the first initial portrayal that you see of Moriarty, I was like, really? That's where they're going with this? It was really awkward.
You didn't like it?
But it kind of made sense afterwards because he's just as weird and just as quirky, but on a different level as Sherlock Holmes.
Huh.
So, you know who's better than Sherlock Holmes? Batman. I would agree. Yeah.
Batman, that's right.
I'm not going to argue that. But Sherlock Holmes is really great. The weird thing about it is that it's only 3 episodes in one season, but they're hour-and-a-half long episodes. It's like a mini movie.
Wow.
So dedicate some time and watch it on Netflix. It's badass. It really, really is. It's really neat. The stories are really great. It's got more of it's less action than the Robert Downey Jr. films and more just mystery and problem solving.
Would you name an animal Cumberbatch?
Get past the guy's name.
I'm just saying, would you name a cat come here, Cumberbatch, it's time for mealtime.
Cumberbatch is a very weird name.
But you would name your cat that? Okay. No. I would think it'd be kind of cool.
Okay, well, you hate cats, so.
But that would be cool. I'd love them a little bit more. Be like, here, let me kick you, Cumberbatch. I can't hit you. Your name.
Well, sorry, pronoun. When I was saying like young, he looks like he's like 18, and so that's why I was saying, 30. Yeah, 30 is not old, but I was just saying he seems like he should. I think he's in his 30s, but he looked like he was like 17.
Bayonetta was just recently in the background. You're right. That's a sexy game, by the way. Bayonetta.
All right.
Just so we just didn't confuse ourselves, Bayonetta. So.
But anyways, and I guess, sorry, never mind, I'll talk about it later.
Whatever.
I'm just breaking into it.
Just breaking into it?
I'm going to talk about it later, so I just
talk about it later, man. Come on, don't ruin it for me. Well, this week, I've been up to a few things. I had a little bit of store credit at a local store called CD Trade Post. And I picked up Dragon Ball Z level 1.2. They haven't had 1.1, they had 1.2. And, yeah. That is the quintessential version. Here, I'll give you the good and the bad. Let me give you the good first, alright?
I'm responding on the chat.
Well, you respond here. Don't respond on the chat.
You were talking. He asked a question on there, so I was typing. We're past Sherlock Holmes, so I'm talking about it in the chat.
Well, we're having an interaction.
I didn't realize
you look at me when I'm talking to
Whatever.
You. Young man. I'm sorry. Children. Don't worry, Mommy and Daddy are not getting a divorce, okay? We're just fighting, okay? Nothing serious. Anyway, I was watching Dragon Ball Z level 1.2.
For the 30th time.
For the 30th, yeah. Here's the thing. It's all, they rescanned in every frame of animation. From what I understand, this is not the original 16mm print. This is a copy of that print. Because they're whoever in Japan has these originals is very much like, no, you can't touch them. So they got the scan from the original, made a duplicate, and they rescanned everything in, removed the dust. All these billions of filters and stuff that I could go into. But it does. Why don't you look into my eyes when we make love? That's right, Almighty. But yeah, it's great. They redid everything. You can definitely tell a difference between Kai, which only the new, really crappily animated sections were high def, this whole thing's in high def, and you can tell. It looks really clean, it looks really smooth. But there's one problem, which you mentioned. I've seen it 30 flipping times.
Yes.
Like, there's just...
It's hard to go back, especially because this has all the fluff to it. It's not the cut down Kai.
No, it's not the cut down.
Kai was easy to turn around and watch because it was a new.
I had a mixed feelings about Kai. I did like Kai for a lot of reasons. There are a few story elements I feel they took out too much sometimes. Like sometimes I felt perfect. You took out a lot of the fluff, but sometimes I felt they took too much. You're asking, yes, Dragon Box. I would say I know people are all about the Dragon Box, but I feel it's better just for the fidelity. They fixed a lot of the frame juddering, got rid of the dust and dirt. It's a very nice looking version, and it's got the original Japanese mono voiceover, so for me it's the ultimate version. But again, I've seen it a billion times, so I saw it, I was like, hey, it looks better.
I've kind of just stopped throwing money at Dragon Ball Z.
And I was surprised because I did originally call him and I was like, dude, level 1.2, you got everything Dragon Ball, and he's like, even him.
Yeah.
We were
like, I gotta stop at some point,
yeah,
man. I've got way too many. It's too much to sing. Plus, the thing, I kind of got burnt on the Dragon Ball Z Kai stuff because when Kai first started coming out on DVD, it was like $40 for a set, and now you go into the store and even the new ones when they come out, they're $25.
Right.
So I'm like, fucking shit.
See,
man. So I'm kind of burned.
I'm waiting on them buying them used, and yes, as everyone said, this is Funimation milking the cash cow. I will not deny that. So anyway, if you're just, here's my opinion. If you really, really want this final version, which who knows?
It's not going to be the final.
There's going to be another one. But I would say it's a really good version of it. If you haven't gotten into Dragon Ball Z and you want to go with the original, go for it. It's great. But if you're like me and seen it a billion times, probably not going to be that much worth your money. The other thing I've been doing, which I've been much more impressed with, has been Pushmo on the Nintendo 3DS download service. And this is developed by Intelligent Systems. And wow, this is an amazing game. It's $6.99. It's $7. I'm at area 5, level 6. There's like, I think 12 levels within every area, and there's like 8 areas. So there's, over 100 levels, and it's essentially you're pulling out these blocks and jumping on top of them. It's a very cool puzzle game. But then the great thing is you can design these puzzles and then give them away as QR codes to your friends to play themselves. I made a couple of cool courses and made a Mega Man face, which is kind of cool, kind of pimping. But yeah, Intelligent Systems is dang good. Samurai Sam, right on the money. But if you've got a Nintendo 3DS, you got to get this for $7. This could have easily been a $30 retail release game. I would have paid it.
Yeah.
Really, it's really that good.
How many levels are in there?
Hundreds of levels.
Okay.
Because literally there's 8 areas and 12.
That's what I would be concerned about.
There's a lot, and then that's the content in the game, and then past that, the customization, you'll be doing it for hours. Because the cool thing about the puzzles, when you build them yourself, you really have to figure out how to beat them yourself. And if you can't get to the top flag where you get your goal, you don't get a QR code to give that to somebody else. So it's really fun.
Which makes sense, because otherwise you'd be putting out a bunch of games that nobody can do.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, that's the fun part for me, not only making the puzzles, but figuring them out. Like, okay, how can I make this harder? What can I do to, get people to think?
How long does it take you to make a level, roughly?
Depends on how easy. I mean, you can make a level in a couple minutes. But I have one level that I've spent hours on, just like tweaking and move this here. Because I'll try to make it harder is what I'll do. I'll try to make you do 5 more steps to get around.
And that hard one, was that a recognizable shape, or was that just a random?
No, it's a Mega Man level.
That was
my
the
Mega Man level. Yeah. And the cool thing is you give it a rating. You say, is this a 1 star or a 5 star as far as difficulty? So when people download, they can see how hard it is. So Pushmo, if you got a 3DS, definitely go check it out. It's a great game. So anyway, now that we've gotten through what we've been talking about this week, let's move on.
I was so flustered when I was trying to talk about Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. There's so much more. Sorry, I'm going to kind of come back to it, but I'm going to write a review on our website, substance-tv.com, of Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and kind of compare it to the Swedish version, because there's so much more that I have to say on it, because it's a mind-blowing film. So,
blows the mind.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for that, because I'm in the middle of writing that.
Yeah, Bardock's Goku's dad. Come on, Decepticrete. Where you been, bro?
Oh, he didn't know that?
Did you not know that? Welcome to reality, bro. Welcome. But
the Bardock movie's pretty wild.
I never saw the Bardock movie, actually. I've seen the brothers. I've seen the cover, but never seen it.
Yeah, it's good. Good music.
There you go. Hey, thank you for the link to those guys in the overshirts. Darn right. Darn right. Oh, you did. Subtance. Go to subtancetv.com. We love Subtance TV. It's great.
Is that a website?
It's probably porn.
Yeah.
Is it? And it's probably not.
Subtans.
Subtans TV, baby. Let's go there. So let's go into our first topic of the night. We're talking about the PS Vita.
Yeah.
Just got released in Japan a few weeks ago.
During the holidays.
Had a great opening week.
Yep. Sold like 400,000.
Yeah. Did really good, and now it's hit the pooper.
Let me just put it this way.
Break it down for me, brother.
The original PSP, or what's now the PSP 3000, whatever it is outselling the PS Vita in Japan. Here, use this.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Wow. Yeah, because the last week's sales, the 3DS is it's at around 200,000 units. When it launched, it was almost 500,000. Or the previous week's sales, it was almost at 500,000. So really, overall, this week sales have really just plummeted. Like almost everybody's half of what their sales were the previous week. But the PS Vita is just really the exception here. The PS3 this week was around 70,000, as well as the PSP was around 60,000. But the PS Vita is only at 40,000 units sold. So that's a drastic drop, especially compared to just 2 weeks prior to that. It was at 400,000. So, what is that really saying? Is it more making a comment on Japan's economy past the earthquake, or is it really just making a comment on, is there issues with the PS Vita? Is it just not selling? Was price too high? What's the deal?
Well, and you were saying something about that. There's rumors that they weren't going to sell the 3G model here in town.
Well, yeah, everybody
in the U.S.
Once all this kind of came out that, oh shit, their sales prices are really terrible. It's like, okay, well then they're not going to release the 3G model to America. But Sony came out and said no.
That happened to the 3DS. They had really poor,
Well, once they dropped the price, then they went.
Yeah, they went up. Well, here's what I'm going to say. My whole opinion on this is I think it's partially the fact that maybe people don't have as much faith in it, but Uncharted 3 did really well over there. I remember hearing a lot about how Japanese gamers are very reserved when it comes to buying American games, and
sold phenomenally.
All
the reviews on that game are like near perfect. 9.5s, 10s, etc.
So, I mean, I really think it's going to be a good system.
No, I have no.
But here's my thing, and I want to say this. Stone me here, but I think the age of dedicated portable handheld consoles is coming to an end.
Yeah, I
think with the Vita, maybe something after, but I think we're seeing that the average Joe says, I've got an iPad, I've got a Nook, I got a phone, I got an iPhone.
But there's almost, it's hard for me. If I have a portable system, it's still going to be a system I play at home only. If I buy the PlayStation Vita, I'm not going to take it places with me. It's not going to be.
I mean, if I go on a trip or something.
Well,
I'm
trips,
take it, sure.
Trips, yes, but it's not going to be in my pocket. It's not going to be my daily routine. It's just not going to happen. I'm going to have my phone. If I really get bored and I want to play something, I'm going to play on my phone. Granted, I say that though, I'm buying the PlayStation Vita at launch because the system looks so fucking cool. I have no problems. I think the system is really rad, but
rad?
Yeah, it's really rad.
Can you say that? It's 2012, man.
I say rad all the time. I'm sorry.
It's 2012. I mean, that was cool in 2009.
Rad isn't.
Because that was retro, but now we're in the 10s. Bro, get with it.
Bro
is cool.
Bro,
still.
Okay.
Bro is cool.
All right, you need to be careful here.
Bro is cool because
Whatever.
Bro's 90s, right? Bro's 90s.
Whatever.
But anyways, rad is 80s.
Okay, I don't care.
Okay, that's not. We're in the 90s. Is now retro. Okay?
Here's my. I don't think that the reason why it's selling so poorly is because of everybody is playing games on their handhelds right now. I think it's probably a factor.
I think I think it's a factor.
But my thing is, it's granted. I don't think that 250 for everything that's in this is too high for what it is, but I think it is too high at this market because when you're going to go and pay $250 and you want to get the most for your money, and you're honestly looking at, well, shoot, now I can buy PS3s and 360s for that price. Why would I buy a handheld? So instead, you're going to honestly want to buy the home systems, the home consoles. And I think 250 is just a little bit too high. I don't have a problem spending it, though. I don't have a problem spending it. I'm like, oh yeah, 250. I'm buying that thing. It's not that I have money to go around. It's just that I think this thing is cool and I see the value. But I think for the general consumer, 250 is too high when you look at the prices of PS3s and
well, the 3DS just came out, and we're at a weird interval here in the systems, in the home consoles and the portable. I think you made a good point. We're a weird interval where 3DS has just come out. Last year had a huge price drop, so everyone's buying that. But not only that, all the home consoles of this generation are super cheap. Mm-hmm. I mean, in this market, you could buy a PS3, a 360, and a Wii, each of those for less than you could a Vita. So I think people are looking at that.
It's bad timing because Well, I don't know. It's just unfortunate timing. It's not necessarily bad timing. It's just unfortunate timing because you're at the point where all the next gen consoles, which is now current gen consoles, are at the point where they've already slashed their prices down to that point.
Yeah.
You know? It's not like if this had launched at the time that PS3s had just launched and they were near $500, $600, then yeah, $250. Cool. There's
it would have been a problem.
Yeah,
But see,
there's
and
nothing for
everybody
you to really compare it to.
and I would have to say, I think a little part of it is the daily use of awesome games on home consoles right now. I've got a backlog that is stupidly huge because of all the great games that have come out.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people are also saying, I've got games I can play. Why do I need something else to add to the stack when I can't even get to the stuff that I bought last month?
Yeah.
So, but I think the other thing is too, the 3DS did see a lot of this. We heard a lot of people saying 3DS isn't doing so well.
But at the same time,
And
the PlayStation Vita has probably one of the best launch lineups I've ever seen.
it does. And see, I'll be interested to see how it does stateside, personally.
I'm
Because
really disappointed though. that it didn't get
I'm
here in
thinking
holidays.
part of it is because of the Japanese economy with all of the earthquakes and natural disasters they've had. I wonder if that factors into part of it.
I think it does.
People are not, especially since those who've been directly affected by it, but just the economy in general, money is kind of going.
I mean, it has to. When you look at the fact that just in 1 week, sales have plummeted over half across the board. Not just the PlayStation Vita. PlayStation Vita is just in an awkward
Right.
state where 3 weeks prior it was 400,000, now it's at 40,000. That's just a huge drop. But just across the board, nobody's buying a lot. But it's past the holidays. People have maybe already spent their holiday money. I don't know what it is exactly, but I'm just really disappointed that I think if the PlayStation Vita were able to launch in the States during the holidays, I think it would have been a strong,
if it would have been the
but now
holidays
it's gonna launch.
2011, it would have been great.
Now it's going to launch, March-ish, and it's just
Which
like...
is exactly when the 3DS launched, and I think it's a terrible time to put it out, because, there's no real holidays or time where people are really thinking of spending their money, unless we're talking about tax time, which even then, that's kind of a borderline maybe, possibly. But, I'm still interested in it, just because I don't see it being sold that well. I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna wait it out. I think the question that people are asking is, does this spell death for the Vita? Does this spell disaster? I think it's way too early to say.
Oh yeah.
I think it's interesting, it's going down, but I'm gonna wait till it comes stateside, and like with the 3DS, hey, I've got one. Wait till it comes out, wait till it's been out, give it a bit of a chance to build up steam, and then we see if it's gonna be a success or not.
I think it honestly will. I just don't think that... I think we're seeing the slow slide out of dedicated console.
Space Monkey says basing launches around his holidays is dumb. I would love to hear your reasoning why, because I think that's...
the smartest
the prime
move.
time.
Everybody's excited about it. It's going to be on everybody's holiday list because everybody gets psyched about when things come out.
Right.
It's like, okay, well, if somebody wants to spend money, they're like, well, what do people want? It's going to be the thing. There's hype around. There's always hype before the release. There's never hype 3 months.
Right. No. I remember growing up in like a Genesis and Super Nintendo. Those systems I wanted to get in the holidays because that's when that was kind of a big push. So even if they would have released
he says there are grown-ass people that buy things year-round. Yeah, certainly.
Yeah,
but if you're going to
I
get a large sale right at the beginning, then you're going to do it around the time when people are spending money.
Sure,
People spend money around holidays.
The grown-ups as they were, but the people who are buying it for, parents buying it for kids, or just people buying it for other people, friends, during the holidays.
Well, generally, I spend a hell of a lot more money.
I do,
November
yeah.
and December
Everybody
than I do
spends a lot
March
more money.
and etc. So.
That's I'd have to say Space Monkey. I disagree with you on that because, yes, they do, but there's just a lot. If you look at the economy in general, more money is spent during the holidays than at any other time of the year.
Shit.
Whoa!
I'm sorry.
Whoa, dude.
Crap.
You give up. Are you drunk?
No.
Are you drunk?
I just put it near my feet.
Just tell me.
Put
Be
it
honest with me, man.
Damn it.
Be honest with me.
No, I'm not. If I was drunk, I wouldn't care. Just pick it up and keep drinking.
Yeah, those guys in your shirts. I would get a Vita, but all my friends have a 3DS. Wow. So anyway, I'm gonna wait. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm excited as hell about it, man. I'm buying that thing day of. I think it's got one of the best launch lineups. I think it's, for
that
me,
that OLED screen,
Mhm,
the
the back
battery
touch
life,
screen.
the back touch screen. Yeah, it
and
looks.
all the reviews for it, every single review when it came out, everybody's like, this thing is awesome. Like, everything about it is so cool.
I think it has a more solid launch than 3DS, and that's why I don't see it.
It's got a way better launch. It's got one of the best lineups I've ever seen.
I compare it to the Dreamcast as far as launch titles, because there's more launch titles I'm excited about. Like when the Dreamcast came out, it had a great launch lineup that people were excited about. That was part of its success. So we'll see. We'll see where that goes. Well, let's change gears a little bit. Talking about 2012.
2012.
The year we're all going to die.
No, because Marty McFly goes to 2015.
That's true.
So we're safe.
One of those minds, they were just lazy. I imagine what happened was there were a bunch of dudes, they're just like, hey, so I've gotten up to 2012. Do I need to keep going, or can I just jet out? And they're like, yeah, 2012. Okay, you're good for the day, man.
Yeah,
okay, stop chiseling away.
Yeah.
All right, because chiseling was hard work.
Take a break.
Take a break from the chiseling. Go off and club a bear or something. I don't know what they do for fun.
That'd be fun.
What do the mines do for fun?
I don't know.
I'd club a bear for fun.
If I had the means.
To club a bear?
Yeah. And not die.
You say you love cats.
I do.
And here you would kill a bear.
No, you're
You're heartless. Well, I would
whatever.
because I'm a heartless animal hater. But see, you, the animal lover, would kill bears.
Whatever.
Nostradamus got really high and threw darts at a calendar. Woo! Yeah. So we're going to talk about what we're looking forward to in 2012.
Yeah.
Personally, and also, please tell us here in chat what you're looking forward to.
Yeah, if you guys are excited about something, toss it in the chat. We'll talk about. So, and these are in no particular order.
No.
This is just shit that we think is cool.
This is stuff we think is gonna be cool. So let's talk about the first one here.
It's a surprise.
Star Trek,
Oh yeah,
The Next
this
Generation.
is sweet. It's coming to
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray, and it looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
Go
That
to
trailer.
Yeah.
That trailer. That's all I need.
Well, there's
to
even
see.
more.
there is?
Yeah, if you go to, I think it's Entertainment Weekly, they've got a clip of direct comparisons from the original to the Blu-ray, and it is a phenomenal difference.
See,
it does one of those pan across where it's like original and pans across and it goes to Blu-ray.
Now let me tell you, here's the difference, okay? Here's what they've done right with Star Trek and what they did wrong with Dragon Ball Z. Star Trek Next Generation came out, it went out on VHS, it went out on DVD. That's it! 2 versions you have available to. So this Blu-ray thing is a big thing.
Yeah.
But with Dragon Ball Z, there's like 500 releases, so you're like, okay, this is groundbreaking. Taking the original film, and it was filmed in such a way that they have some information that was cut off on the sides that's going to be implemented in.
Yeah, so it'll be nice.
All new CG for the parts that were done digitally.
And the cool thing is I mean, well, not the cool thing, but it's the weird thing, like, so we're getting, in February, we're getting 3 episodes released, so when do we get the rest?
Well, yeah, it's the 3-episode teaser, and then, from my understanding, here's what I have the understanding of. Depending on how well that does,
It's going to do well.
it's going to do really well.
Card.
Will depend on how quickly and how much these other ones come out. So if it does really well, then it's gonna come out. I think personally, it's gonna come out really good. I'm gonna look here in the comments see if we got anybody else. All the Star Trek DVDs, yeah, they were really expensive, and they still are expensive. I used to own some, but I didn't buy any for a while because they were on TV. So, whatever. Cherokee, I'm looking forward to Soma being a funny joke instead of a sad joke.
Yeah.
If that happens, Cherokee, I will kiss you with Charmin Fresh Mix. So, I don't know if that'll ever happen, but yeah, both Landon and I, we're on this choo-choo train for Star Trek Next Generation.
Yeah.
I'm buying a day of one. Now, do we know how much this 3-episode teaser is?
I don't know what the price is on it.
Okay.
But I'm just excited about it. It's 3 of the coolest episodes, too, man.
Yeah.
I can't think of the names of them.
Well, I know Encounter at Farpoint is one of them. Then there's...
I don't know.
It's Star Trek
cool.
Next Generation
Yeah.
behind that. Who cares what's going to come out with?
Yeah.
I wipe daily, Brian. Thank you. He's going to be clean for me. He's going to be
That's
clean.
definitely something we're both, like, super excited about. It's going to be great.
Brian will jizz his pants if you mention Rivet. See? I didn't have to say the whole name. Just Rivet. I did. Okay. Next thing for you, Landon.
Yeah, I've got the Amazing Spider-Man the movie. Like, I'm really excited what they're going to do with this, how they're going to take it. I'm a little concerned with certain aspects of it, but overall, I'm going to go watch this because it's Spider-Man. I'm really curious about it, and I'm ready for it to be released. So I think it'll be a cool little take. Hopefully it's a good movie.
Yes, you were right. Almighty School. I was like, see, I told you. Yes, Anarchy reigns. I'm excited for this. I was just kind of looking into 2012. This isn't one of my most anticipated titles. I'll tell you what that is later. It's a secret. But this is one I'm looking forward to, simply because when I originally saw from it, I was a little trepidatious, and then as more footage has come out, and the fact that they're going to put more development time into it, I'm a little more excited to see what they come up with, hoping that this is closer to a co-op beat-em-up.
Yeah.
Because what I'm seeing is more of a versus thing, and I'm not under that vibe. I want to work with my buddies and beat the crap out of enemies, you know, and not just be like this little like cannon spike where it's like 2 enemies, you go next level. I want it to be like a big, you know, beat-em-up experience. So I'm excited for it, whether it pays off.
Now, are you interested in the Spider-Man movie at all?
I'm really not, to be honest with you. I'm not, because I'm Spider-Man now. The director, I really don't have a lot of it. I don't have a lot of it.
I'm more, for me, it's more, I'm ready for it to come out because I'm curious about it. I really want to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'm curious about it. I mean, I want to see what direction, because
I love Spider-Man, and I just.
Oh, Sam Raimi completely destroyed the Spider-Man series in my eye. I mean, completely destroyed it. He took what was a respectable
So it's time for
character,
something new.
and with Spider-Man 3,
It's really cool. He's making his own web slingers.
I'm down with that. Anything, you know, I'm excited about it because it's not Sam Raimi. There you go.
I think it'll be, you know, we'll just see. I'm curious about it. I'm really just.
Ni no Kuni is awesome. Yes, a game that Man vs. Game is playing and translating as he plays it.
Just that comes out
/man.
That looks cool.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
It's so gorgeous too, and its simplicity, and it's just.
It's simple. I mean, I'm worried about a little bit of the gameplay. The gameplay looks really simple, but graphically, the story, the look of
so
it,
true
the
to form.
idea,
It's
it really looks like Studio, you know, Ghibli in video games.
Ghibli or Ghibli? I say Ghibli.
Ghibli, whatever. You know what? It's a free country. It's 2012. We just pronounce words as we want to.
Okay.
So,
What else we got?
Well, what else we got?
This is a surprise.
This is a surprise.
Surprise for us.
Mass Effect 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's something Landon and I
can thoroughly agree on.
I was excited for Mass Effect 3 the second Mass Effect 2 was over.
Yeah.
Like, Mass Effect 2 ended, I was like, I want Mass Effect 3, please.
Yeah.
Please? Could I? Just a little?
It's oh my god, I'm just so excited. I've you know, already gone out and pre-ordered my collector's edition. I
need to do that.
Yeah. Do it before you forget about it. Then have to pay the premium.
Because those always become rare. Mass Effect 1 and 2 both became rare. And I'm hoping they do the same and they keep it rare and they keep it limited, because nothing ticks me off more than unlimited edition.
And it's only $80, you know, they're doing it. That's what I like. I mean, once you get to the $150 collector's editions, it's just like, give me something, at least give me another option that's around the $80.
Right, exactly.
I don't really want to shell out. Granted, if they gave you a ship replica, you know, because the dragon replica in Skyrim, I wasn't interested in. I didn't really care for the dragon thing. But if it was a ship replica,
yeah,
I would be excited about it.
If they had the Normandy
mm-hmm.
ship replica, oh dude, on that,
I would be excited about that. I think that would be cool.
I could do that. I could do that, man. Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you there. Well, next year on our handy dandy little list here, for you,
in general, Lego.
Legos.
Just Lego.
Lego in general. Not the Lego games.
Nope, just
Legos.
Legos. Because they
I don't see you with a lot of Legos. I'm looking around the room here. I don't.
My Star Wars Legos up there.
Well, okay, you got some Star Wars Legos.
I got the AT-AT and the.
Is it an AT-AT or an AT-AT?
AT-AT, AT-AT, I don't know, whatever.
But again, 2012. Pronounce it how you want to. The year of pronouncing how you like.
Yeah. So I've got a few more that are in boxes, but I mean, I don't know. I'm just, you know, Lego, yeah, sure, just Legos themselves, but also Lego games, just in general, Lego, the corporation, because they've acquired some really great licenses. They've acquired the entire DC license, so not just Lego Batman, but you've got Lego Superman, Green Lantern, all that. Everything, Lego, anything DC, you've got now the license. And then now you've got Lego Marvel's stuff. So
Lego Marvel?
Lego Marvel.
Lego Marvel. Mm-hmm. Good job, Disney.
Yep. So
way to whore out. No, that's good.
So yeah. And then they've also got Lego Lord of the Rings. They've acquired that license as well. So you've got DC, Marvel, and Lord of the Rings, and
Almighty Squall. Legos equals stupid.
Sure, but it's cool, stupidly expensive plastic.
Hey, you know what? I have respect for you. You admitted and I'll admit they're expensive.
Yeah. They're very pricey. Again, have you seen the Millennium Falcon, like the premium edition?
Oh yeah.
So expensive, but so unbelievably rad.
And so huge.
Yeah. Yeah. So Lego kudos for getting those licenses. I'm really excited about that because it extends just buying Legos in stores, but it extends the game franchises. So really cool.
Well, the thing I'm excited about is a little game. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. It's called Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be the most amazing game ever created
Right.
in the history of interactive media.
Okay. Bold statement.
Women will play this game and become impregnated from its pure awesomeness.
All right.
The increase of virgin births
The virgin birth
will be
So this is the coming of Christ. Is what this is.
almost close. Just virgin birth as it is. We're not talking about sacrilegious. We're just talking about virgin birth as it is. Women will be giving birth and they'll be like, "What is this? Oh, you just gave birth to a 10-pound Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Coochie coochie coo." And they'll raise it as their own and love it. The Messiah is coming. And in fact, from my understanding, I looked on IGN.com, had a little cover story about Metal Gear Rising Revengeance that God himself is making this game. God himself and his disciples have all made this game. They're working with Kojima.
Yeah,
They're
yeah, completely hypothetical, but what if Revengeance sucks?
That's impossible. That is impossible. That's impossible
There's
to
a
happen.
slight chance.
No,
It could
that's
happen.
impossible to happen.
It happens with stuff.
That's like saying Scott Bakula is not sexy. It does not compute. I'm sorry. Scott Bakula in Quantum Leap, sexy.
Did you like his Star
Scott
Trek?
Bakula in Enterprise, sexy.
That was a good series. I like that
He's
series.
never not sexy. Dude will be 80 years old and will be sexy. Okay? It's like Huey Lewis in the news. I went to watch them in a concert. Ladies loved him. Threw the panties up. Still wanted to be with him. But by the way, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Yes. Platinum Games is behind it. Your argument is invalid.
Yeah.
Yes, Delta. Thank you. Any argument you have is invalidated by Platinum Games. Yeah. Exactly. So I'm looking forward to that. Also a French game, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. It's an interesting game. I'm kind of looking forward to that. Also MGRR. Kind of weird, kind of different, but I think I'm going to buy that too. So those three games in particular.
Cool.
Really
the game looks
looking
cool, man.
forward to.
I think it'll be really, really cool. I think it will be.
Your enthusiasm disappoints me.
No, it's cool.
Your
I'm
enthusiasm.
excited
Cool.
Well,
Cool.
whatever.
Cool.
There's nothing. No matter. If,
Cool. You should be
I'm
like, I'm
complimenting
so
it.
excited, Brian. Or yes, Brian, I am just as equally or almost as equally excited as you are. You're just like, cool.
I'm complimenting it.
You're like,
to buy
you're like
it.
I
I'm
brought you a
excited
snow
about
cone. This is not a snow cone. This is Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
it. Go on.
If God programmed Revengeance, then he has a sense of humor. That's right. Yes, if Revengeance sucks, the world will explode. And I will blame you.
So the world will end in 2020.
No, the world will end because it'll be so awesome everyone will explode. And wait, it comes out in December.
Uh-oh.
Oh! That's the end of the world! Everyone's gonna play Metal Gear Solid Rising Revengeance, and then they're gonna just explode. Like, just...
No, we've solved this. It's Marty McFly. It's okay.
No, they're gonna explode. It's gonna be like, the, what's it when you blow up and you go on fire?
Just self-combustion.
Yeah. Whatever. You combust.
Spontaneously.
Spontaneous combustion. We're just gonna go... The title screen will come up, you'll first play your first letter, like... and everyone will explode. And the whole world will die.
So it'll be like Halloween 3 or whatever. Have you ever seen the movie? I think it was Halloween 3. Where all the kids had the masks and whenever the TV show came on, like... Little horror movie reference, anybody? Nope. Okay. Move on.
You really know how to kill the move, man.
It was they did that in Halloween.
Had the foreplay going and everything. And you had to mention Halloween 3.
See, it was Halloween 3, I'm right. Okay.
Kill the move, man.
I'm sorry, whatever.
Kill the move. Well, let's move on with the move with PlayStation Vita,
Yeah.
which we're excited. Crickets! Just a quick... What soundtrack? Oh, yes, this is from Mighty Switch Force, which we used last week, but we're using now just for kicks and giggles. So go download that. Mighty Switch Force, you'll see it on Bandcamp. Awesome soundtrack. Yes, PlayStation Vita, which we've talked about a little bit. Yep. Anything more you want to say about the PlayStation Vita?
Buying it day of, great lineup, cool technology. I'm not buying the 3G version, I'm just buying the Wi-Fi.
And the 3G version for me seems unnecessary. When most of the time I'm going to be using it, I'm going to be at home, I can use the Wi-Fi. I don't think I'm going to be needing to download a new game in the middle of the desert. Like, Gah! This day sucks. If only I could have downloaded a new game on my PS Vita with my expensive 3G plan.
Yeah. There's no need for me to have it.
Landon was Buzz Killington tonight, that's right. Exactly right. I don't know why he's got to be like that. Why you gotta be a killjoy, man?
I'm not.
Why?
It was a reference. Some people got it.
I don't think anybody got it.
No, they did.
No. I don't think so. So anyway, PS Vita, we're excited for it. 2 analogs, yes. And that is what I will say about the PS Vita. I think they got the fact that their launch seems to be more solid than the 3DS's as far as not just from a game standpoint, but from a hardware standpoint. With the 3DS,
Dual analog sticks right off the bat, rather than dual analog sticks
an OLED screen,
6 months later.
The hardware, I just think, all in all, the hardware looks more solid to me.
Yeah.
It looks solid and hard. What do you think about that, Landon? Does it look solid and hard to you?
Yeah. Next screen.
Great. Oh boy. The Avengers movie.
Yeah. Are you not excited about it? You don't care about it?
I look at all the characters in this.
Mm-hmm.
There's really only one Iron Man that I think was a good movie.
You didn't like Captain America?
I didn't see Captain America, but I have no care to see
Captain
Captain America.
Joe, go watch Captain America.
No, I'm not gonna see Captain
Go
America.
watch Captain America.
It looks
It's
like
good.
duty.
No, it doesn't.
Looks like
and
duty.
Thor was pretty good. Thor was funny. Thor had some good humor to it and it had some good action to it. Thor wasn't bad. Did you watch Thor? You didn't watch Thor either, did you? So you're making your assumption on this film where you didn't watch any of these films.
I've seen Iron Man.
You've seen one fucking character out of the entire setup and you say, I don't care.
Well,
Because that's the only one that has a good movie. And you
Rotten
haven't
Tomatoes,
judged it.
baby, saves me some money. All right, thank you, Rotten Tomatoes.
No,
for
look,
saving
we've
me
got.
some moolah.
See, look. Cherokee says Captain America was the best of the Marvel movies. Decepticreep says Thor was good. Look, wow, he's biased without any knowledge. Yes. Yes. Go watch these films.
I don't
They're
care.
solid
I don't
films.
care to see any of these films because they look average.
No. Thor, I could care less about the character of Thor, but the movie was fun. I had a blast watching the movie.
Was it a good movie?
It was fun. It really, really was.
Was it a good movie?
Yes, it was worth watching. It was worth watching. It's not going to win any awards, but it was totally worth watching.
I'm just, the Avengers, I'm like, yeah, slap a bunch of people in there, whatever. To me, it just seems like a cash in.
What I like about what Marvel has done is they've built all these movies, but they've all made tie-ins to where they connect. They're in the same universe. That makes sense. DC hasn't done that before, So you get cameos, you get this fun stuff, and then now they're bringing all their characters that they've built, that they've got fans for.
But no
their own
Marvel
spontaneous
movie
reasons.
has been as good as The Dark Knight.
No, Dark Knight is amazing.
So
I
they've
love
had
Batman.
good movies, so see, that's the thing. And
I'm
of
a
course,
huge fan of
that's
Batman.
only one movie franchise, mind you, but to me, I don't think any Marvel movie has come to the point of making it as good of a movie as any of the latest Batman film.
No, because But what Batman and Christopher Nolan is doing, they're creating their own specific universe where they're not allowing other characters to
Sig
really
makes a good
fit
point.
into it.
Hawkeye didn't get his own movie. What's the deal with that? Huh?
This whole argument is invalid. You had nothing to base it on.
Well, they're asking. No, Zig's asking. He says Hawkeye didn't get his own movie. Sad face.
Whatever. These other characters have their movies.
Well,
They're
what's
good
your
characters.
explanation?
I don't have an explanation. He probably
you
wouldn't
should.
make money. He's not a big character that everybody else would recognize.
Well,
People will recognize the other characters more, so they're gonna
that
obviously
doesn't
make a
put
movie.
food on the family for Hawkeye, does it? Now, no. All the little Hawkeye-lings.
Yeah. See, those guys are not
Starving.
DC really only has Batman franchises that are succeeding. Yeah,
Brian,
that's
you
true.
lost me. Stop comparing movies and watch everything. I only have time to watch the best of the best. I'll just say that. I don't like wasting my time on
You haven't judged it. You have nothing to judge it on. You're like, I only watch the best of what I view from trailers.
Iron Man. It's a great movie. I saw Iron Man 2. That's a poopy movie.
It's not terrible. It's just nowhere near in comparison to what the first one was. Yeah. Okay. Move on. Yeah. Green Lantern wasn't that great.
Okay, so for me, which shocked Landon, his Lollipop Chainsaw I am excited about this title, mainly because of the people working on it. Also because I believe, and I'm hoping, that we will mix Suda's offbeat, crazy style with gameplay that really works. And it did show that Suda can work with people, for instance, in a game like Shadows of the Damned, okay? We had our boy from Resident Evil 4 working with Suda51 and made a great game. So I'm hoping in this case, we have him working with another development house, another producer, and making a really good game. It has zombies.
Yeah, this is where I was like, the game looks fun. It looks really unique. It looks wild. I was kind of excited about it. But when he mentioned it, I was like,
yeah,
wait,
it has zombies.
You hate zombies now.
But no. I hate it is overused, but I feel that the style of this game does not depend on zombies. This look of this character is out there. Okay, we're not talking about like a Dead Island or Left 4 Dead where we have a bunch of generic characters in a zombie setting, and the zombie setting is what gets you excited. To me, the zombie setting is there, but the trappings of these characters and the designs are what gets you into it more than just these zombies. So, I'm interested to see how it is. It's not it's not Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, but it's certainly a game I'm interested in seeing in 2012. So,
cool.
I'll move on from there.
Yeah.
So next up here, we've got
Sherlock Season 2.
Season 2.
Season 2 started, I think, the first week of January. I haven't got a chance to watch because it's on BBC One, which we don't get in America. So I haven't had a chance to catch up on it. But again, it's the same thing as Season 1. It's 3 episodes, an hour and a half each. It ended on such a insane cliffhanger that I'm just dying to know what happens. I really, really am curious about it. And like I said, it's great acting. It's a very, very, very unique take on the characters, both Sherlock and Watson. Watson is very, very unique. The acting is phenomenal in it. The range and just the sheer mystery that they put into these things, and the cool, unique take on bringing him into the 21st century, and it doesn't feel awkward. It doesn't feel weird. It feels right and so unique. And I honestly almost preferred this more than the Sherlock Holmes feature films with Robert Downey Jr.
Really?
So it's just
more than the Robert Downey Jr. one.
Honestly, it's so unique and so interesting and engrossing. And the fact that it's a TV series, man, it's mind blowing. It's totally worth watching. Netflix, check it out.
So, okay.
Yeah.
And when does next season hit?
Next season has already started. It started the first week of January, so it's going currently. But like I said, we don't have it here in the States, so I have to wait until it airs on PBS at a later time, or find it online at some point. It's not online right now that I can find, so.
Get them torrents.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited. My personal game that I'm excited for is DOA 5. I think, tie for Dead or Alive. You mean the chick simulator with fighting features? See, and this is where people bag on Dead or Alive. If you've really played Dead or Alive,
yeah, they do some weird choices.
That's
it makes it very, very
to
weird
me,
choice.
and I can't respect anybody who bags on Dead or Alive because of the chicks. That's just nice scenery, okay?
Well,
That's
I can't
just
respect
the
anybody that
trees.
bags on Marvel movies because they haven't seen anything. So,
Marvel movies and Dead or Alive 5 are not even the same category.
I'm just
okay?
saying.
Dead or Alive 5? Marvel movies, okay? Let's be real here. But anyway, Dead or Alive 4 was poopy. The online sucked. I thought it was an game. Yes, those guys steal shirts. DOA has a really great fighting system. I really got into Dead or Alive with Dead or Alive 2 Hardcore.
Yeah.
That really got me to appreciate the fighting system in it, how it played. Yes, it has boobies. Yes, it has ladies. Okay, fine, whatever. But it's still a great game. It still plays phenomenal, and it
can make you feel awkward playing it at times, though. Like
only,
I pray my girlfriend or wife is not walking into the room
if you're 5 years
right
old,
now.
okay? If you're an adult and you're like, yeah, there's chicks with boobs in here. Deal with it. What? What you got to say? Nothing.
It can be a little bit awkward.
No. If you're an adult and you're playing video games, you realize it's not awkward. But the new fighting system they have in it, being able to really do like these really sick combos, and they still have the same kind of idea where you're fighting on different platforms, but they do these really cool like up close maneuvers and stuff. I saw in some of the trailers. It just looks good. It just really my parents were sad when they caught me playing the DOA volleyball game. Which, by the way,
Yeah.
Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball Extreme, the first one, is an amazing game. I kid you not. I have probably over 100 hours in that game.
Have you played the photography game on the PSP?
I have not played the Guitar game on the PS3, and the second one on 360 sucked.
The
first one was a great game because it was like Tecmo Bowl with boobs. It really was. It's essentially what it was. So anyway, Dead or Alive 5. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with that, and hopefully rejuvenate the franchise. So
what else we got?
We've got The Hobbit.
The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. Kind of tied back to my previous... he hates Lord of the Rings, so whatever. Let him do his stupid shit here. Fall asleep. Whatever. He doesn't like Lord of the Rings. Look, he thinks... whatever. It's really, really boring. I really enjoy Lord of the Rings. I think a lot of people enjoy Lord of the Rings. I can understand why some people might not like it. It's not a movie for everybody. It's not a series for everybody. But look, I love it. And I'm very excited for The Hobbit. And the cool thing about this is the character who plays Watson in the Sherlock movie, or the Sherlock television series that I was just talking about, plays Bilbo Baggins in this, young Bilbo Baggins. So that's pretty cool. And then also, like I said at the beginning of the cast, Benedict Cumberbatch, the character who plays Sherlock in Sherlock Holmes, plays Sherlock Holmes in the movie Sherlock. He plays a necromancer in there. So both those guys, if you like Sherlock, go check out The Hobbit because they're going to be in there as well. So it looks really good. I'm really excited about it. And this guy's an asshole, and let him talk about his next thing.
Bilbo Baggins.
Look, I like the series, and I understand you don't like it, but okay.
I can tell you exactly. Let me give you a synopsis of The Hobbit.
Then you're gonna do the walking.
Bilbo. Ding 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 ding. Bilbo. Ding 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 ding. Bilbo. That's the. And then
honestly, I like Clerks 2's reference, or their mocking of it more than your stupid mocking that you just did. So.
Well, I'm sorry, my mocking was not as classy as Clerks 2.
Yeah.
I'll try to up my game. Do it.
They did.
Kevin Smith level.
They made somebody puke in Clerks 2.
There needs to be a Skyrim, Demon Souls, Lord of the Rings crossover for Brian. Then I would die. If that happens, I'm like, tomorrow there will be a movie video game based on Demon Souls, Lord of the Rings, and Skyrim. I would end it there. I'd be like, my son, I love you. You'll carry on my legacy.
Yeah, I'm with the Almighty Squall. The Hobbit was the only book I finished. Because the other Lord of the Rings books are so difficult to read. They really, really are. The Hobbit is the only one that you can
Thank you, Typhoon. He
really
understands me. He understands me. Okay? That's okay. I respect his opinion. I disagree with it, but I respect his opinion.
As you sleep through my entire chat.
If we're talking about, alright, guys, look at these pictures. Like Hobbit, some dude reading a script. Or, if we're talking about olden times, some awesome, badass knights with a mage, with an Amazon, and a thief fighting a dragon? Yeah, you want to know what I'm excited about? Dragon's Crown. That's my Hobbit right there. That's my Hobbit, baby. Vanillaware, ex-Capcom, together making the video game for the PS3 and the Vita, set in the olden times? Yeah. If every Renaissance fair was like that, I'd go to them every time.
And they would all have gigantic thighs.
Oh,
those thighs
yeah,
are
baby.
Massive.
Those thighs are amazing. I would just be like, Madame, may you crack this walnut? Thank you.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Yeah,
those Amazon
the game looks phenomenal. I mean, I love anything Vanillaware puts out is just the most gorgeous game in the world. I mean, it's all hand-rendered stuff. So it's just, it's a lost art, honestly, in video games.
Chun-Li effect, so exactly, you know? Chun-Li had the big thighs, you know? Nothing wrong with a little thickety-thick. You know what I'm saying? A little junk in the trunk. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You got anything against junk in the trunk?
I don't have a problem.
Okay. Then respect the junk in that trunk, alright? Okay. Dragon's Crown, Vanillaware. You need to be checking
Thunder
it out.
thighs.
Thunder thighs, exactly. So, next... You have faith in Final Fantasy 13.
Final Fantasy 13 too.
You've already pre-ordered it, mind you.
I pre-ordered the collector's edition.
Faith.
I went through the hassle.
Your faith is in
I
Final
went through
Fantasy.
the unbelievably long 35-minute hassle of pre-ordering at fucking Best Buy because they've got a little booklet that bridges the story between 13 and 13 fucking 2. And I just dealt with all this shit. Don't pre-order at Best Buy. It's a pain in the ass. It honestly is.
Yeah, that would be a whole episode in itself.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. But yeah, dude, I'm really excited about this game, and I know a few people in the chat already are as well. It looks cool. I like the first Final Fantasy 13. It was okay. They made a few decisions that I wouldn't have made myself. But they recently released a trailer that really got me even more stoked about it because they're actually putting an emphasis on Moogles, which they haven't really put an emphasis on Moogles since like Final Fantasy 3 or 6 here in the States on the Super Nintendo. So I'm just stoked about it. Anytime that you make a Moogle do something other than just deliver mail or just say Kupo constantly, I'm excited for it. Because Moogles
So
are
that's
really
all
cool.
it sold you? It's just the
No, that's
Moogles?
not what. No, it sold me before that. But I'm just saying they recently, like last week, they released a trailer that was all emphasizing.
What
on
if they
Moogles.
suck it up?
What?
The game.
I don't know. They might, but I'm gonna buy it anyways. I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan, as anybody can tell here. But I'm really excited about
Why
it.
don't you try it
nonetheless.
out?
I've bought a lot of really shitty Final Fantasy games. I've played through Crystal Chronicles multiple times, and that game is not the best in the world. So there's
You're a
that.
brave soul, sir. You're a brave
Yeah,
soul.
so
Why
that-
do you do that to yourself? Why do you put yourself through such torture?
Well, I like Final
man?
Fantasy games. They're fun.
Hmm?
So even at their worst, I like Final Fantasy games.
Really?
Mhm.
You would
At
trust
Versus
me.
13 looks great if they would ever release more footage about the fucking thing or do anything with it. So, yeah. But,
Okay.
yeah.
So Landon.
I've got the collector's edition reserved. I'm excited about it. I'm stoked. Final Fantasy 13 too.
Moogles, they're cuter than Nyan Cat, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Moves
would
are
agree.
badass, man. Moves are sweet. You can,
I
'cause you
no,
can, you can even
no,
you can paint
no,
Moogles
let's-
in Crystal
wait,
Chronicles.
Wait.
You don't like Moogles?
No. Use the word badass. I never look at a Moogle. I'm like, dude,
Final Fantasy
did you
13?
see that
You had-
Moogle and how badass he was?
Have you played Final
No,
Fantasy 6?
no, never.
You got the Moogles that attack. Moogle Knights. Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 3, 3 in Japan, 6 in America on the Super Nintendo until they released them on the discs. But
Nah, I've never. Cool, sure, but let's not overstep our bounds on the Moogles. You're kind of obsessed with the Moogles, aren't you?
Moogles are cool.
Do you have dreams of Moogles?
No, but I like Moogles
Have you
in the
thought
video
about them in
games.
impure ways?
If they use Moogles in a cool, unique way, it's cool.
Well, a
I'm
cool,
excited
unique
about
way.
Yeah.
Like bending them over a table. Is that
No!
what you're saying?
You're fucking sick, man.
Oh,
Moogles are cool.
yeah. It took him a second to say no. He was like, no! Because inside he was like, yes! Yes!
Whatever. Chocobos are cool. My license plate on my truck is Chocobo. They're just cool. Whatever.
Okay. Moving on to Darksiders.
Yeah, no, I get. Yeah, Samurai Sam. Yeah, I'm on you. Final Fantasy 6 was 3 in.
Yeah.
It was 3 here. Yeah, I said it wrong. I understand it. I get it. But when I'm
Get it
talking
right,
here,
Mr. Final Fantasy.
No,
fan.
I get it. Yeah,
Huh?
yeah. It's
Shows
3
how
here,
much
but
you
it was
know.
6 there originally. I'm getting it as I'm saying it. I got you.
Okay. Well,
I
for me,
understand.
Darksiders 2, I'm excited for. And of course, not as much as some of the other games, but it's one of the games I'm looking forward to because I do love my boy Joe Madureira. He is awesome, and the first Darksiders was a surprisingly good game, as much as people say it's a Zelda clone. Great game, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do now, because now we're talking about death. We're going to be awesome death with that scythe, and I'm thinking...
Scythe?
Scythe.
Scythe?
Scythe.
Not a scythe.
A scythe. Scythe.
Scythe.
Is it a scythe?
Scythe.
Scythe?
Scythe.
You sure it's a scythe?
Yeah, Scyther.
Scyther?
Pokemon.
What?
Pokemon Scyther. It's a scythe. It's not a
Not
scythe. No, it's a scythe.
Scythe. Okay. Okay. That's okay. They say scythe. Okay. Scythe. I'm sorry. Yes, the scythe. I'm excited about that because it looks really cool, and I'm hoping to be a good sequel. Plus, it's just Joe Madureira. I gotta love anything. His artwork. Every time we see his artwork, I'm excited. So, and then of course the last thing, randomly,
thing,
which
yeah.
we don't know.
Randomly, but honestly, for me, the number one thing I am excited for is the next Batman film, Christopher Nolan universe, Dark Knight Rises. I'm so excited for this. I am a little nervous with Bane's voice, all the issues that have been. popping
He's
up
less.
about it.
He's less intelligible than Batman is. He's like.
It makes
What
me a
was-
little
I'm-
nervous. It makes me think like I'm dual concerned because I think maybe Christopher Nolan is doing some weird game where it's like, okay, all of his trailers, all of his pre-releases that he's putting out has it where Bane is not legible in what he says, and then when you get the movie, it's all cleaned up, it's a totally different thing, and you can actually understand what he says, and you're like, oh, okay, he just didn't want it, he wanted to make it this mysterious and get this hype rolling around it. But the other half of me says, well, maybe he's going super realistic, and the guy's got a muzzle over his mouth, and of course he's going to be hard to hear if he's got something over his mouth, and so he's going to go the super realistic way and make it very hard to hear. I'm like, I don't want that. I want to be able to understand what the villain is saying.
Yeah. I'm
So,
with you on that.
I'm dual concerned with it. I'm very, very excited for it. I don't think Christopher Nolan has really made many mistakes so far, but I'm still a little concerned, but I'm really excited.
I mean, I like Christopher Nolan stuff. Of course, I like Dark Knight. I do like Inception. I don't have him up on my precipice of the best directors of all time. I've seen a couple of decisions in Dark Knight, especially how Bane looks and how Catwoman looks. which
Catwoman,
is god
I'm fine with the decisions on the
Catwoman looks
visuals.
like some kind of disaster
No.
costume. Like,
No.
let's give you
You're
a black
incorrect on
outfit
that
and
one.
put cat ears on you. Oh, rawr, Catwoman, rawr. Like, if I put cat ears, I would have almost as good of a costume as she does.
No, I disagree. I think he's doing a good job with Catwoman. I think he is.
The black suit with the cat ears.
Yeah.
Like the
The
cheesy
cat heels
ears.
and the goggles. Yeah. I think he's doing a good job with that. And I don't have a problem with his visual look for Bane either.
She looks like a Hooters girl dressed up as a cat.
Say what you will, guys. I think he's doing a fine job with it.
Oh, Cody,
Sticking
I
my
love
guns on
you,
that.
man. I love you, man. That's great. Like a cosplayer, Brian. Yeah, exactly. She looks like a cosplayer. She doesn't look like Catwoman. She looks like somebody dressing up. You guys are Cody and Ty, smart people here today.
I've got Decepticreep on my side here, oddly enough.
Oh, who cares? Decepticreep just is messing with you. He hates you, remember? He hates you, so he wants to get your hopes up so that he can tear them down. He's messing with you, man.
Look, dude, I don't have a problem with it. I think he's doing a fine job. I'm more concerned with the voice than
Bane's
anything
voice
else.
is the throat cancer version of Batman. Yeah, it's like, I am Batman.
Okay.
Now I'm throat cancer.
What do you got?
What I got? Well, oddly, one of the ones you're more excited for, I'm more like, I'm kind of in the middle about it. Because I've been excited for Dragon's Dogma for a while. Of course, it's Itagaki's first game after leaving Team Ninja. And it's been delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed, just like every other Team Ninja game. So you wonder why all the Team Ninja games were delayed. Maybe because Itagaki delayed them all the time. So I'm interested. I am, though, interested to see what he does. I won't say this is like the most anticipated
I
title.
haven't seen enough to get me really excited
I will
about
just
it,
be
but-
interested to see how it turns out. I'll rent it. And my curiosity to see if Itagaki had the magic while he was at Team Ninja and he's bringing it over, or if the crew... Because here's, I think, what's going to be pivotal. Either Ninja Gaiden 3 and Dragon's Dogma are going to show that both of these players are competent developers,
I think they are.
or one of them's going to show that, hey, one or the other was leaning on the one more. You know what I mean? It's going to show Itagaki was really leaning on Team Ninja for their talents, or that Team Ninja was really leaning on Itagaki. And I know a lot of people kind of go back and forth to say how much Itagaki really had influence on all the Ninja Gaiden games as far as their gameplay and design. So, you know, we'll see.
Time will tell. What? I'm agreeing with you. We'll see.
No, you're just like, time will tell. It was just a very much like,
Yeah, it's just...
rainbows and butterflies and time will tell.
Yeah, it's fine. I think they'll both be good, but anyway.
You think they'll both be good?
Yeah.
Really?
I have faith in it. Optimist.
Optimus Prime.
Be an Optimus Prime and not a Megatron.
Negatron right here, baby. I'll be Negatron any day of the week, baby. No, Dragon Dogma is not made from Capcom. It's made from Itagaki's new development house. I don't know who it's going to be published by. I want to say Namco, but I could be wrong on that. So anyway, that's really what we're excited about. If you guys have any other things you want to talk about that you're excited about for 2012, we'll be
Post
more
them
than
here,
happy.
toss them up on our
Yep.
Facebook page.
Yeah, and of course, you know, we are not just Boomzies here. First of all, let's talk about next week.
Next
First
week,
of all,
I'm
next
gonna
week,
be.
Landon's gonna be gone.
I'm gonna be gone.
to
I'm gonna
Florida.
be in Florida doing an After Effects Adobe boot camp thing. So I won't be here next week. So you're gonna have the privilege of just dealing.
He's
with
going.
this
He's
guy.
going to an Adobe After Effects thing in Florida, which is really a furry convention.
No,
And he's going to
it's work
hang
related.
out with friends
No.
and do computer programs and play with mice and hang out with other friends who enjoy dressing up as furries and be involved in huge orgies and have some lunch and other such
work.
things.
I have to. It's a work thing. My work is sitting there. I got to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Kinky. but while he is gone, we're gonna do something special next week. It's not gonna be an official episode of Boomzies, but I did, under the recommendation of a few good people, I did get myself a Backloggery account, and let me post this here for everyone, for the world to see. There's my Backloggery account. I just entered in all of my games, over 800 of them,
Yeah.
onto Backloggery, finished, unfinished, and what my goal is for next week, for Saturday at 10 p.m., is for us to go through and finish some of these games up. So what I want you all to do is visit that link, backloggery.com/Jedadoma, which is my kind of username, my handle. Check out the games I have.
Should laugh at that, but that was funny.
What you can do when you're unemployed, yes.
See, I use an app on my phone called My Games. It's done by.
Nobody cares. Your My Game sucks.
It's called I Collect Video Games. It's called My Games by I Collect, and if you have an iOS phone or iPad, use I Collect too. It's great. You can have it on the mobile. Because does Backloggery have an app to where you can carry that list with you?
You can go on the website and check it.
Okay. Well, because
on the Backloggery, what you can do is like you guys should rate the game.
Well, you
say
can,
whether you finished it, say whether you completed it, beaten it, what the original version it was on. You do a small little review.
Yep.
You can track it and compare it to other games. You can do a little fortune cookie thing, which will randomly give you a game to finish and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's got all that on this too.
Whatever.
Just saying. Plus, it's mobile. It saves me so much money because I always go to stores and I'm like, do I have this game? I don't know.
And that's the great thing about Backloggery.
Check it out. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't need to spend this extra $30 because I already own this. So.
You should finish Demon Souls. Anyway,
in one night.
I would die that night.
Yeah.
So
Infinity Blade is badass on my phone. Yeah.
What I want you guys to do is to go to there. I want you to look over the games, okay? And via Twitter, which is @SubstanceTV, very easy, or on our Facebook, look up Substance TV, or like a good little boy and girl in school, bring your list and bring it with you to next week's Boomzies at 10 p.m. and tell me the games you want to see me finish off of my list. Go check it out. And again, I had a couple people like Samurai Sam wanted me to get into there and put it on there, so my whole list is there for you to check out. Let me know what you want to help me finish and get through, and we'll do that next week at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time.
So, sounds good.
Yeah.
So, other than that, check us out. We're on Facebook. It's just look us up Substance TV on Facebook. We post stuff constantly, daily, and we bicker and bitch still on there as well.
We do.
So we've got a website too, our parent site, substance-tv.com, where you can watch back issues of Boomzies. Also, we post tons of articles. Got a couple of reviews up right now of like Mission Impossible, The Adventures of Tintin. Soon I'm going to be writing an article. It's going to be probably a much lengthier review of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and a kind of a comparison between it and the Swedish version. So check us out on our website. Anything else we do that's cool?
Each other.
Fuck. Walking away. So. Nope.
He's so shy on camera. You know.
Okay.
That's what I found. Once the camera goes off, it's a whole different story. Okay. So,
So
thank you for tuning in, even with
sorry
all
for the late
issues.
delay and everything.
Yeah, next week we will be having this up and running. I'm going to be getting some hardcore diagnostics so we can get this up and running for you all. But again, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week for a very special edition of Boomzies at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I'm Brian.
And I'm Landon.
And
Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
yeah, and no sexy voice because, well, we're not just doing the same thing, so this will have to do.